What's up, vinyl community? It's your boy Chris coming at you live as always from the man cave / office. Wanted to take this time to do a video as a tribute, if you will, to Gravity Records. Gravity Records is a brick and mortar in the great city of Wilmington, North Carolina. The city and a state, one to the north of where I'm originally from. South Carolina, not North Carolina. I can see how that's a misconception. You guys see my videos all the time of me hanging out in North Carolina, so I get it. Anyway, quick shout to those guys, just so you know, for any of you who follow them on Instagram, especially those of you from the states of North or South Carolina, they are just an awesome shop ran by a bunch of awesome people who just seem to always be having a great time at work. And that's the kind of environment or vibe that I've always kind of gravitated towards. I always kind of like that. The little bit of time that I spent working at Noble Records before the pandemic, sent me home, was I always wanted to bring that energy. When people come in, not, follow you around the store and aggravate you or anything like that, but just make sure you see a big, smiling, happy face ready to help you out with anything you need. That's kind of always the vibe that I like to bring. And because I feel like it's such an absent vibe. Like a lot of times you go in a lot of brick and mortar shops and you can't even tell who runs the place. You can't tell who's working where. Maybe they don't look up at you, which, by the way, none of that is important to me personally as the consumer, because I'm the kind of guy that when I go in a shop, I know exactly what the hell I'm looking for. I don't really need any help because I've been doing it for so long, but a lot of people do. They like to see that, that face, that if you need any help, please let me know. I'll be right here. So because I know that, that's why I try to provide kind of that. But Gravity Records is the kind of place where you're going to get that. And they've been very present online, especially on Instagram, Facebook, and everything like that since the pandemic, since the quarantine, if you will. And they're just an awesome shop that's ran by a bunch of awesome guys, and everybody's so cool. And so I took advantage of some of their, basically seems like every day in the morning, they'll, pop up about, 10, 12, however many records in the morning. And they'll put prices on them, be like, first to comment gets it. And it's just a really cool way to support a brick and mortar shop that maybe you'll never even get a chance to go to. I'm within about 3 hours of them. So it's a shop I can make it to. I can make a day trip. But for a lot of people, it's, a chance to support a brick and mortar with a bunch of hardworking people that maybe you never get a chance to go to otherwise. So that's cool. So I want to talk to you guys about some of the awesome records over the last couple of months. 2, maybe 3 months that I was able to get from this awesome store. Gravity Records in Wilmington, North Carolina. Cheers to you all on this beautiful, depending on where you are. But here in South Carolina, it's beautiful on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Cheers, guys. First up, one I nabbed up off these guys. It's a 1999 reissue of an album I've always wanted. Love to have it in original format, but one hasn't exactly knocked at my door yet. And as soon as I show you guys what it is, you're going to understand. Yeah, this is a hard one to find in that format, especially for decent shape and a decent price. But it's Clifford Jordan, Cliffcraft, Blue Note, 1582, of course. And I love how when they sent it to me, they threw this little sticker on. Hello, my name is Tunes from the Man Cave shit. So usually I wouldn't keep something like that, but it just made me smile. So it's like, it's not hurting me to keep that on there, so I kept it on there. Record came in phenomenal shape. Again, it's one that I've always wanted in original format, and I will have someday. But even after I do, I might still keep this as, first, record I ever bought from this shop. They're a great shop and they're great people. So Art Farmer on trumpet, Clifford Jordan on tenor, Sonny Clark on keys, George Tucker on bass, and Louis Haynes on the drums. It's a great record, anything reissued in 1999. Yeah, they duplicate these original 47 West 63rd labels. Anything that was being reissued in 99, when vinyl records were basically a dead industry, it's definitely had to have been produced with love and care. I'm here to confirm for you that this release in particular does indeed sound great. It's a really great release. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Next up, one other one that I've always wanted in original format. It's one that I've seen shown in the vinyl community here on YouTube. And it's one that I will add someday. Prices for it do get a little high, but as you guys know, if you followed me long enough, that doesn't usually stop me. If I have it, ball out. J.R. Monterose with Ira Sullivan, Horace Silver, Wilbur Ware, Philly Joe Jones, Blue Note 1536. This is a 1990 Japanese pressing. Let me pull that out of that, get some of that glare out of there for you guys. As you can see, the jacket is super clean. It's a Toshiba limited reissue. It's Japanese, so my experience with Japanese pressings has always been that they're almost always stellar. I've seen I've come across one or two instances where that's not the case, but this one doesn't disappoint, as they usually don't. Again, great duplicate of the original label, of course, with the the Toshiba and everything like that off to the side. You got the Japanese inserts in here, but there you go. Japanese insert, great stuff. It's a phenomenal album. I was happy to score this the same day that I scored the Cliffcraft. So this is going to be purchases basically on about 3, maybe even 4 separate occasions, if you will. But a couple of them, they pitched to me after they saw how wagon wheeled. But this next one, Boss Horn, Blue Mitchell, they had put it up in their stories. Yeah, got their price right here on the back, which is more than a fair price. It's the first stereo press. I had a first, the blue and black label. I had that pressing already, but they pitched this one in their stories and nobody was jumping on it. So real quick, I just hollered at my boy, the Jazz Basement. Some of you guys, I hope you're following along. It's my buddy Jason. He's been mentioned on my channel before. He will continue to be mentioned on my channel. Awesome guy, great friend. But I just hollered at him real quick and said, hey man, do you need a copy of this album? To which he had basically told me, he needs a lot of Blue Mitchell. He was lacking this one and others. So I was like, well, all right, cool. How about, a trade? There was a little bit of money that I owed him on the back end of a trade. So I was like, hey, how about I send you this to cover, a previous deal, and I'll go ahead and snag this. And so we worked that out. I messaged the boys at Gravity and got a great original first pressing, stereo pressing of a great album. But it's Blue Mitchell. Blue Mitchell on trumpet, Julian Priester on trombone, Gerry Mulligan on alto, Junior Cook on tenor, Pepper Adams on baritone, Cedar Walton on piano, Chick Corea on piano, a little here, Gene Taylor on bass, and Mickey Roker on the sticks. Arrangements are by the great and legendary Duke Pearson. As you guys can see, original stereo pressing, splat out. Thrilled to have this one. Thrilled to have that first pressing. I've played it through. It sounds phenomenal. And the only way I upgrade from this is probably for a first mono just as clean. That's basically the only way it's going to happen. Next up, another one that I had a shot to get. They posted this one in their stories as well. But it's another Blue Mitchell. Blue Mitchell bringing on home, not bringing on home to me. Bring it home to me, Blue Mitchell. Phenomenal record, 1966 stereo press. It's phenomenal stuff. There's that stereo label, splat out, New York, USA. Blue Mitchell on trumpet, Junior Cook on tenor, Harold Mayburn Jr. on piano, Gene Taylor on bass, and Billy Higgins on the sticks. It's phenomenal stuff. And it's about that time. I had bought, I think, this one first. And then the guys had, as soon as I bought that one, had messaged me going, hey, we have this one as well. I was like, oh my God, you guys are killing me. So I got these at the same time. And then, of course, put the Boss Horn in the collection of my buddy Jason at the Jazz Basement. Next up are going to be a couple more. This was another one that they had posted a couple days later. It's one you really don't see all that often. I've seen it a couple times here in the vinyl community. I think I even saw it in a couple of Jazz Tag videos, believe it or not. I can't remember off the top whose Jazz Tag videos I saw this in, by the way. So if it was you who mentioned in your Jazz Tag video, and you're watching this and you feel like commenting, drop it down there for the people. But it's Gerry Mulligan, Night Lights. And it's one you don't really see that often, but it's the first U.S. mono, and it's in phenomenal condition, which is even more rare that you see them in phenomenal condition. Beautiful Phillips label. It's a great record. Very chill, laid back type record. I dig it. It's Gerry Mulligan on baritone and piano, Jim Hall on guitar, Bill Crow on bass, Dave Bailey on drums, Art Farmer on trumpet and flugelhorn, Bob Brookmeyer on trombone. It's really just Night Lights is basically an appropriate title for it. For one, I really love this cover. I dig this cover, but seems to me like this is definitely an album best served late at night. Relax, kick back, maybe with a nice adult beverage. I dig it. And so after that one, now it's gotten to the point where now these guys definitely know how I wagon wheel, and so now they're messaging me directly about records. Before they even post them, before they list them in their stories, now they're just hitting me up, which is a good way to do business. I'm here to tell you guys. Yeah, if you ever have a record or something that you want to sell, if I don't have it, just saying. They hit me up about this one. It's an original press, original first press, VG Plus condition on Impulse. It's Albert Ayler, Love Cry. They hit me up about this one directly and get some of this glare out, and because also it's Impulse, so I have to show you the gatefold. But this is a phenomenal record on Impulse. Albert Ayler, great stuff. It's a little bit more of the free jazz variety, of course. But Albert Ayler himself on tenor, Donald Ayler on trumpet, Cal Cobbs on harpsichord, Alan Silva on bass, and Milford Graves on the sticks. It's just simply put, I mean, it really is just an amazing album. And phenomenal condition. Get you guys a shot at the label. Of course, it's a little bit later in Impulse's year, so that gorgeous orange and black has been replaced in the original format by that one, but it's okay. I don't know why you'd ever replace something so awesome. I'm sure I've probably mentioned that a bunch of times in here, but a lot of it has to do, of course, with changes in ownership and whatnot, ABC, Paramount, and whatnot, just like for Blue Note you have with Liberty buying, so it's just, that's how it is. I mean, but anyway, that's the last one that I can show you for you guys. I mean, I know you guys are used to my huge stacks of 25, 30, 35, 40 records. But those videos run really long. And more importantly, I just wanted to take this time to put the shine and the focus on an awesome brick and mortar shop. I'd like to do more of that these days. My only wish is that I had ordered a t-shirt from the guy so I could have rocked it for the video. So that would have been cool. I'll have to look into doing that in the future before I put these videos together, putting the focus on an individual record store. I want to start looking into doing that. I can't believe that didn't occur to me till just now. But anyway, hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday afternoon. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you're having wonderful tunes. I hope you're spending time with your friends and family. And I hope that you ain't really got a whole lot to do other than what you want to do. So thank you to Gravity Records. Thank you to the guys at Gravity Records. If you ever do see this, thank you. You guys are awesome. I look forward to visiting them in person sometime soon, especially since I have friends in the area. Trailer Park Pimp, if you're watching. So, till next time, until next video, keep dropping that needle, you guys.